Good afternoon, Greg. This is Nicolette at Nanaimo Toyota doing a quick walk around video here of our 2013 Scion TC. This beauty is a 6-speed manual transmission. I'm just doing this video to make sure you have a clear expectation of overall condition and available features prior to making the trip over from Surrey. I will warn you, it has been a little bit since this one's had a proper bath, so there are some spots that are a little dirty here. So we're looking at $12,995 and a $495 dealer service fee. And I'm just looking for anything that is a noticeable major imperfection. So along the front bumper here, there are some like tiny little rock chips. They're very, very minor. Paint pen would definitely fill those in without issue. So there are a couple of those down here, which is very common on the front bumper skirt as well as on the hood. And then we've got a couple little more things here, and a couple of these are going to be bug guts, so some of this will come off the front end, which is the hard part there. Just need to get it a good bath. Now the hood itself, even without a hood deflector on it, is in great shape. There are a couple little spots here, but that's just dirt, and that's just more dirt. And I don't want to rub that around too much and end up providing you with extra scratches from the dirt that I'm rubbing out of the way for you. You can see the, oh, sorry, it blurred up there. There you go. You can see the tire and wheel in great shape. Nice low profile tires for this beauty. There's a little scuff on the door here. I like to point that out. And there's a couple little marks here as well. Now, the one in the edge here, this one does feel like it's into the paint. These two do not. So these two should polish out. And I'd be happy to orchestrate that for you. A couple little scuffs on there as well. Now come here on the rear of the vehicle. Here, TC badging, exhaust there. Now the rear bumper still tends to be one of the most scuffed places as well, and this one's doing pretty good. There's a couple tiny little marks, I think. Yeah, there's a little mark right there. I don't even think you can see it in the camera, but it's not a, no, actually, my bad, that was more dirt. All right. So coming down this side, here we go, have our one scuff on the driver's side, and then one little small one on the door here. Other than that, pretty good shape. So it looks like there are two places that will need to be touched up with a paint pen, if anything. So you've got the bit on the bumper skirt and then that one spot on the door. You've got signal integrated lamps on your side view mirrors here as well. And you've got this sunroof here, which tilts up for you. So let's take a look inside. All right, so I'm gonna do things a little differently than I normally would, as this is a two-door. So first off, I wanna show you there's a little bit of scuffing on the plastic here. Normally I would go through the front seats, rear seats, and then cargo area. I'm just going to pull that seat forward here so I can show you the seats from this side. So you can see that the rear seats are in great shape. You do have 3 buckles back here and then 2 sets of child anchors. You can see you've got a fair amount of legroom back here as well. I am just over 6 feet tall and I can sit comfortably in the back seat of a TC. Then we'll go into the passenger seat here. You can see again that's in great shape. Those are little fluffs there, those little white dots in the camera on that passenger seat. And then the driver's seat. And you'll notice that the attention to detail is definitely not lacking. They've got the same stylization on the front and rear seats. All right. So on the dash, you do have your locking glove box, which is a great feature to have. It does have a manual inside. There's a tiny little bit of scuffing on the front here. I'd like to point that out. Over here, you've got your sound system. You've also got hands-free available, and you can connect an iPod, USB, or through auxiliary. You've got your traction control down here as well, your fan speeds. You've got a little bit of storage, and then you've got your 12-volt plug. Now, this is the part that I like to make sure is very clear. You have a 6-speed manual transmission. It is a stick shift. Like to point that out in case it was missed in the original ad. Hazard lights and clock up here. You can see that the clock is an hour ahead at this very moment, which is fine because we're coming up to daylight savings again anyhow. We have cruise. You've got some volume and preset controls as well as what type of station you're listening to, whether it's AM, FM, Bluetooth, or auxiliary. This is how you'll switch that on the fly. I personally thought I would never use my steering wheel controls. I use them all of the time. Headlight switch, wiper switch for rear and front windshield wiper. Power mirrors over here. And on the odometer here, you can see you've got exactly 63,254 kilometers. Excellent. And I'll show you the horn works. Perfect. Over here, you've got your center console. not super large, but deep enough to keep some stuff in there. And of course, as I mentioned before here, down on the passenger side, you do have these rubber mats. So you don't need to worry about the all-weather mats. And then you do have your vanity mirror on your visor and your visor extender in case the sun's in those awkward places. You do have dome lights up top here as well. And the switch for your sunroof is right there. I'm just gonna close that back up. Just wanted to show you, she does operate. Excellent. All right, so I think that takes care of the front and the rear of the vehicle. Let us have a look at the cargo area. So from back here, you can see you've got a sloped window on the rear here with a windshield wiper. The release for the trunk is right under the Scion badge. And then the whole window and everything lifts up. It is a lift back. There you go. All right, and you got lots of versatility back here. So you've got a tie down strap there. You've got your carpet mats here. Underneath this cargo area, you've got your spare tire and tools. I can release these from back here, which will provide you with ample cargo space. And as you saw, I could do that with one hand from the rear, and it gives you a lot of versatility. You could either have these seats up and that seat down, or vice versa, or all of them down as I'm showing you here. So lots of versatility, tons of cargo space. I'm gonna close this up so you can get a feel for the cargo space with the hatch closed. Let's move this seat back out of the way. So as you can see, even with that window there, you've got a ton of room back here. And it just gets more and more as you come toward the front seats, as you do have a higher roof. The other thing I didn't point out is this back piece here. You do have a sunroof as well. That part does not open though. All right. Well, I think that about sums it up for our 2013 Scion TC. Greg, I hope to see you down here at Nanaimo Toyota soon to test drive this vehicle and make sure she's the one for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Bye for now.